Hello, everyone! Quick Flicks is with you. And first of all, Gammy Gu is alive. Ken didn't incinerate him, but only teleported him back to the so-called developer's room, where, during the episode, they, remember, got into by going through the glitch for textures. At the moment of moving, it can be seen in the silhouette of the Gammy Gu. There you can see the blue chess floor and part of the model of one of the crocodiles. Apparently, Kane just returned him to the original state of the immobilized model. Yes, even if the nibblers had removed it, there was another Gammy Gu in the developer's room, which, like the van with syrup, could easily be reused, which is hinted at by Rogata.
I know Kane sometimes likes to reuse NPCs.
Before the release of the second episode, the Gleech studio itself posted hitherto unseen footage of the adventures of the main characters in the Candy Kingdom, accompanied by Gammy Gu. However, these images may well not be canonical, just randomly molded renderings to confuse us. After all, the next series, in theory, should be about a McDonald's simulator and a haunted house. Nevertheless, the creator of the animated series has officially confirmed that in the future she has something in store for Gammy Gu fans, which means that we will probably see it again in one form or another. Another question is whether he remained the same crocodile as he remembered, and remember, there are three options here. Or all of his memories have been reset to the original state and he will simply start acting according to a given scenario. Or he remembers everything, you will think that, remember, you just made fun of him. Or even more likely, he will simply flash against the background in the form of an immobilized model among a bunch of the same NPCs created to be defeated and forgotten. All three options sound pretty creepy, but alas, this is the world. The frailty of being in the game is an amazing digital circus. After the first day at the circus, remember, Pomni felt terrible. Nervous laughter, nightmares, awareness of loneliness and hopelessness, obvious signs of psychological trauma as a result of what happened to her. Although Kane is only an artificial intelligence and it's difficult for him to understand human emotions, I think even he realized that such symptoms are slowly moving, remember, to dispersion, a natural outcome due to complete deprivation of reason. And according to the Horned, the only way to keep it is just to participate in adventures.
Else the adventures give us something to do that keeps our minds healthy and stimulated.
And now, it's worth noting the fact that every time, remember, Pomni's showing symptoms of a personality disorder, Kane dumps, realizing that his presence can aggravate the situation. And the girl at this moment is better to communicate with other people.
Well, I'm gonna go drink water. It's been a while since I've done that.
He's an artificial intelligence, and even people don't need to eat in the game, so it was a pure excuse. Moreover, when, remember, Pomni once again tried to look for meaning in what was happening, Kane just threw the players into the portal to distract the girl from thoughts harmful to her mind.
So, our entire existence here is just LARPing? Well...
Why are you all just standing there? The Candy Kingdom needs you now!
After the players left, he just stood there with a trail in his mouth, which means he just acted for the benefit of the newcomer. Moreover, Kane approached this quest with special diligence, having developed a new artificial intelligence that mimics human behavior.
I'm testing out a new AI in this one. It should be 57 times more immersive.
However, this AI does not manifest itself in every NPC.
Fudge and the Candy Queen mostly just follow a set script, just like the Gloinka Queen in the pilot episode. Max was hitting the rocks until Gammy Gu told him to climb the rope, and Chat couldn't even change gear because of the long arms, even though they were such initially, which indicates a low level of their AI. So it is very logical to assume that the brand new AI was tested not on all characters, but exclusively on Nogamika. He had a human motivation that was not inherent in other NPCs, a similarity of human feelings, and an artificial ability to realize itself as an NPC. If instead of a crocodile behind the textures was, for example, a Fudge, instead of the crocodile, it would behave the same as a Gammy Gu.
It is more logical to assume that he would just try to grab all the sweet models.
After all, even when Jax tried to inspire him with his ideas, the Fudge continued to act exclusively within the framework of its role.
If you knew what I did in my free time, oh, you'd be sickened!
Gammy Gu is not just able to recreate the simulation of certain feelings and emotions. No, his problems are identical to the problems, remember.
think I know the feeling.
In Gammy Gu, she saw herself,
I guess I just don't want you to feel like you're nothing.
as if he was made for her. Although Kane is not able to control people's minds, and yet this does not mean that he is not able to see its contents, because their minds are loaded in the form of a digital code. It's worth remembering that by building the exit location, Zubostic managed to accurately recreate a computer from real life through which the main characters entered the game, An Amazing Digital Circus, as if he copied it exactly from the memories of the players themselves. And if so, then he could easily use the memories, feelings, and experiences of Remember during the creation of Gammy Gu, artificially creating for her a kindred soul, a crocodile, who could understand her and morally support her. It's not for nothing that the NPC calls him the local god. That's why Kane was afraid to leave Gammy Gu in the circus.
I know you guys love your NPCs, but if I start losing track of who's a human and who's an NPC, who knows what could happen?
After all, there are a lot of NPCs like mannequins, the moon, the sun, and the bubble, but it was Gammy Gu that he was afraid to leave, because he is essentially a copy of one of the players, which could really lead to confusion in the eyes of Kane and not understanding people. It is unlikely, of course, that Zubostic planned to get behind the textures, because he does not like to demonstrate projects before completing work on them. And here, the teapots from Utah are scattered, and the developer's room is quite raw for a thoughtful location. I think he was just counting on the fact that Rember and Gammy Gu would be able to communicate to her to help her avoid scattering. And his idea worked. In the end, the girl really felt better. But in fact, Kane uses data from the players' minds to help them, although not always successfully. Each of the players, having got here, experiences in his own way. She was horned, as you remember, and therefore tries in all possible ways to cheer her up.
Why not try to find a way to leave?
Well, we usually do when we first arrive, but after a while you start to realize that you really can't leave and...
Jack, on the other hand, is still trying to have fun with extreme infantilness, not dwelling on problems, and in sad moments, he just knocks down, afraid to show the soft side to the others because of the equally difficult past. Inside, he suffers no less than the others, but hiding his feelings behind the mask of a bad guy. Gangwood adored anime during her lifetime and continues to draw Arctic anime, and not only in the circus to calm down.
Or I'll tell Ragatha about the figurine thing.
Most likely, she just made a toy in the form of a slingshot, which can be dressed and undressed like anime figures. And now, Jax is blackmailing her.